Welcome to Forexia Pro. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Another video on Astro trading. Today is Sunday, January 21st, 2018, and we had a new moon on January 17th. This was just a few days ago, and a lot of things are coinciding with this new moon. It's not a coincidence either, you guys. Full moon and new moon is when the people that are playing the strings behind the scenes, the people playing the puppet strings, these people know that during a full moon or new moon, we are affected the most. Our emotions are the most volatile. So it's propaganda time. All right, this is propaganda time for the so-called elite, the people on top, the ones that really structure everything, the societies and everything. They put fear, whoever you want to call them, a lot of them are involved with the big banks and the mainstream media outlets. So they pay off the mainstream media outlets to put out all this propaganda during these times. We saw that just a few days ago, the crypto market crashed because of a lot of propaganda around the North Korean, or the Korean exchanges being shut down. The crypto exchanges supposedly were going to be shut down. It turned out to be a bunch of propaganda, and it just so happened that it was a new moon. This was January 17th that the big flash crash, whatever you want to call it, happened. And here's a video. I just wanted to show you guys that everything is scripted. There is someone behind the scenes. I'm not saying it's like one person, but a group of people that are obviously writing the script, so to say.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
Well, a child's happiness is priceless, right? Especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday. A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on their birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
There's like fake laughter in the background. What the heck?
Especially on a birthday. A child's smile.
It goes on forever.
Especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless.
Like, come on. Crazy. Alright, so new moon, full moon, propaganda time for the ones that are deploying this basically warfare on your mind. So I wanted to show you guys the new moon, full moon strategy that we've been basically uncovering. And I guess you could say last time we made a video, I believe we did not have these light blue setups nor the red ones, correlations I should say. We had these three, and then we had the blue ones. Sorry, they're kind of out of whack right now. And we also had the orange that were all correlating. So basically, if you haven't seen the previous videos on Astro trading and lunar correlations, this is just plotting the new moon and the full moon on the chart, and then once you see two that line up, you can draw a line through them and possibly predict the third. So this has happened over and over and over. Here is 1, 2, and then we predicted the third, and then there is the first, the second, third, and then there was actually a fourth. And then we can see it's been continuing like this. Sometimes they go off track and then they make another correlation right here. 1, 2, and then 3, and then they make another track. 1, 2, then you can possibly predict the third, and then the fourth, first, second, possibly predict the third. So it's been, I mean, absolutely insanely accurate. Here's actually an example I wanted to show you guys. We had 3 different options. I didn't know exactly where it was going to go. It was basically, our options were price was just going to consolidate here and end up, this was the new moon, so we had 3 different options. 20 grand, Bitcoin would hit 20K on the new moon, and this was, I think it was the 16th or 17th, yeah, the 17th, I'm sorry, January 17th. And the new moon, 20,000, 15,000, or 10,000. And we had our, lines drawn out. Everything was drawn out nice and clean. And that is exactly what happened. So, price came down and actually bounced off of, I think it was 9,500, or yeah, very close to 10 grand. So there's our correlation right here, our lunar correlation. We're going on our first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and that was actually our 6th. So that was 6 lineups right there. And then our 7th, who knows? I don't think it'll be there. We could have it. This is where I'm projecting it to be. Possibly there or around here. So, what all happened January 17th for this new moon? It was a new moon. New moon happens January 17th. The crypto market flash crash happens. Let's look at that for a second. This is absolutely mind-boggling. Market cap is at 800 billion. A little above 800 billion. 829, 830 billion dollars. Within about 10 days, that market cap was cut in half to 430 billion. In half. $400 billion left the market in 10 days. So, what's really even more fascinating is that it went from 800 billion to around 700 billion. So 100 billion left the market in about 8 or 9 days. And then come January 17th, 300 billion leaves the crypto market. January 17th. Coming January 16th, it started. January 17th, January 18th, the flash crash ended. So just keep that in mind, you guys. This is, complete manipulation against us. They know that we're more prone to do things that we don't really think about. We don't really think about it because we're so emotional during these times that it really goes over our heads, and we get scared out of our positions. For example, if we're trading, for example, the crypto market that's so volatile, but not just the crypto market. I'm going to show you, like you've seen, the the Forex markets as well. This works on the Forex markets as well. So the Dow Jones hits 26,000 for the first time. It's basically making new highs out of nowhere. Why do I say out of nowhere? Because the dollar just keeps falling. The dollar has been crashing for the past, since 2017 started. So for the past year, the dollar has been just falling, absolutely crashing. Yet somehow the Dow Jones keeps rising. So not only did we have all this, we also have now a government shutdown. There was fears of a government shutdown around the 17th and the 18th, and then the 19th, either it was the I think it was the 19th at like 12 o'clock, they shut the government down. Either it was the 19th or the 20th. Just a few days ago, I think it was yesterday, they shut the government down. They literally, the U.S. government is now shut down out of nowhere. So, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I had planned for this video, guys. That's really all it was. I also wanted to show you guys this. The Euro US dollar. We had in our previous video, the last video I uploaded, I had shown this chart. We had basically our analysis that this sell was way too obvious. Price was going to come up, hit the stop losses of the sellers, and then fall. That's exactly what happened. But check this out. January 17th, Euro US dollar made a high. It made the high of the week. Okay. Here is the Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Notice that the new moon was also on a Wednesday. Interesting. Everything's manipulated. Gosh. It's crazy. It really is. So, how perfectly this plans out. I mean, absolutely crazy. We can see consolidation. Breakout to the low. Fake out low. Breakout to the high. Come the 17th, new moon. Everybody's super volatile in their emotions. They're going crazy. Bring it up one more time. Get people to buy. Trap everybody in this red area here. And also consolidate below that red area. Why below the red area? So you can accumulate stop losses in that area. Because you don't want to be up in here for very long, because you know people have already sold in this area. The dealer has already trapped people up in here, because you can see these wicks. This wick, this big wick, right here, this wick, this wick. That wick was mostly to hit the stops of people that sold in here, because this sell was way too obvious. Look at this. I can put a trend line. You're telling me that I can get on a multi-trillion-dollar market, place a little line, and sell on the third hit of that line and expect to make money? That's what the retail traders expect. Alright, you know how many people sold in this area? That's why they kept price right around here. That's why they consolidated. That's why they brought it into Asian session consolidation right around here. They could also screw the retail traders over on the spread during Asian session, and then come up, hit the stops, and then reverse like they wanted to. But it's just interesting that the high was made on January 17th when the retail trading herd is most emotional, most volatile. So, same thing with GBP USD. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday. All right. So here we have our week. And look at that. The 17th, January 17th, there was a 185 pip lunge on GBP USD. That's crazy. Almost 200 pips in one day. What am I looking for here? Yeah. Okay, 200 pips. So many people bought in right here after they saw this bar break out like that. And then right back down. Consolidation, hit the stops, come back down. Just like on Euro US dollar, they consolidated Asian session right above the high and then hit the stops that were up above this high here. So they also manipulated the market 200 pips just about to the upside to get people to buy in, to get the retail traders to buy in, and then they had to continue this uptrend, the fake uptrend, and then get people to buy in Asian session, consolidate Asian session, people buy in, the swap and the changeover plus the spread, Asian session right here, right? And then hit the stops and come back down. The Aussie, odd US dollar, same, almost the same exact thing. Just we had a little bit higher hit to this high. A higher high was made. And that's really interesting because you can see basically the same thing, that consolidation, Asian session, and then they made this false high. They made this false high at basically the same range of the high of the previous day to gather orders up in here because they know that the stop losses of the people that sold in here are going to be right up here. So it's easy for them to take their money. Three candles out of this consolidation. One, two, three candles hits all the stops up in here. All the stops above this high are taken out, and the market drops. That was the entire week right there. Consolidate. Go crazy for the new moon. Make a high, or the new moon. They made the high of the week, came back down. They made the highs of the week on just about all US dollar pairs. Now, I'm not saying this only works on the US dollar. I just didn't have time to. I'm not going to look up every single pair. You guys can do that if you want to. But I'm just looking at these right now. Absolutely crazy, astonishing. So, spent 2.5 days in consolidation. Wednesday comes up, traps everybody at the high, makes the high, and then comes down, finishes off the whipsaw, that whipsaw movement, consolidates Thursday into Friday, hits anybody that had their high, their stop losses above the high of the previous, not the previous day, but the previous day, Wednesday. So, yep, that's really the main structure here that happened on all US dollar pairs. And it just so happened to coincide with the new moon as well. So that was today's video, you guys. Keep in mind, if you see everybody talking about something crazy that's going down, if the mainstream media starts yapping about who knows what on a new moon or a full moon, you know that it's some BS. Alright? You heard it first here. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please give it up a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see our videos next time. Peace out.